Vincent Lepore, 38 Ocean Terrace, Long Branch. Council, I repeatedly forewarned you in the past few months about an appointment and your approval of it to the zoning board. Again, it happened last evening at the zoning board. Our Goldman showed up late. The zoning board meeting was delayed at its start. 15-minute delay. They decided to proceed with the meeting. Mr. Goldman shows up 5 minutes after the meeting starts, 20 minutes afterwards. You were forewarned about this with his appalling attendance record on the Cable Commission. But you went ahead and allowed him to be on the zoning board. And now repeatedly he's been late for the zoning board. The applicants show up on time. Those notified show up on time. They're ready to proceed at 7 o'clock. Again, they're delayed by Mr. Goldman. And you allow it to continue to happen. Junk government. And this one you were warned about. And I'll tell you this, he's going to continue to be late again and again, putting the general public, the applicants, and those notified at a disadvantage in time. January 19th, Planning Board resolution. West End Performing Arts Center, finally adopted by the Planning Board. 45 days from January 19th, the New Jersey Rep will have clearance to go to the zoning board for approvals, which would probably take about one night. At the hearing before Judge Kapalko approximately a week and a half ago, Mr. Sokol, the Board of Education attorney, tried to plead his burden onto the court. The judge wouldn't have any of it. The judge's response was, you can deal with the municipals and they can adopt a resolution to satisfy your needs to proceed to the zoning board and then go ahead with the sale of the school on approvals of the zoning board. That burden, according to Mr. Kapalko, is not that of the court. It is up to this council to see that this West End, New Jersey rep proceeds to the zoning board in a timely manner. Mr. Sokol pleaded before the judge, we have a $2 million deficit in our budget and we're depending on the sale of the school. This can all be wrapped up by June 1st. The approval by the zoning board and the sale of the school and the satisfaction of the budget. It's up to you, council. You've been told once by Judge Thornton in the TDB matter, referred to as, quote, the troublemakers, the bad guys. Let's not have a repeat of it in the matter with the New Jersey rep and the sale of the West End school. Any deviation from this agenda for June 1st, you can point the fingers at yourself for a $2 million hole in the school budget. It's up to you. And I would strongly recommend this council order the CD of Judge Kapalko's record as to what he said. And we're going to go further than that. Both Mr. Kelly in the Kelly vs. City case and myself in the Lepore vs. City
Mr. Lepore, you have 1 minute, please.
Are going to put in a consent order to support the judge's statements that the New Jersey rep proceed to the zoning board for satisfaction. Again, listen to the CD. As far as your arguments before Judge Kapalko on trying to dismiss the case, the city fell on its face. You had no merit. And as far as the arguments on spot zoning, we had merit. That's why the case was allowed to proceed. And yet the taxpayers are being hit with billable hours by attorneys, and I haven't got an idea what those attorneys are feeding you, but when you order the CD tomorrow of Judge Kapalko and listen for yourself, the fact that the city attorneys tried to challenge Judge Kapalko on his knowledge of spot zoning and failed proves that you're wasting taxpayer money. And that comes down to junk government.
Thank you, Mr. Lepore. Anyone else?
Hi, my name is Steve Larson.